Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and I'm here to record some southern fruit trees in the cold Balkan mountains. It's Jujube and the fig tree. When you look around in my town of Travna in the Balkan mountains, people grow stuff like quinces, pears, cherries. Well, I don't see an apple tree here, but probably there is, there is one over there. Well, grapes and fox grapes over here. Yeah, some medlars here and there. Basically temperate stuff, but nothing subtropical, Mediterranean or even sub-Mediterranean. Well, there are areas in Bulgaria, especially in southern Bulgaria and in coastal areas, which are much more mild. And this family here, they come from an area in southern Bulgaria, from the area of Harmanli. And they brought a couple things here, and they kind of survived. An old jujube and an old fig tree. Well, the fig tree, the stems are just 10 years old. The tree itself, they say, should be about 35 to 40 years old. But 10 years ago, they started covering it with plastic so that the stems grew. Basically, here in Travna, you cannot expect figs to survive more than 1, 2, 3 winters, and then they freeze down basically to the ground, and then you end up with something like this, minus those two thick stems. But in this case, yeah, they were fed up with ending up with frozen figs all the time, so they basically protected the stems every winter. And yeah, this is how much a fig tree can grow in a sheltered location protected with plastic in the Balkan mountains in 10 years. Not too much, but not too bad. Well, as you can see here, they say they had a late frost already in spring, like in May or June. And you can see the upper branches frosted. That last year they had a lot of fruits, but this year it looks like they'll have a few, but not too many. Well, still amazing here in the area of Travna. This is the first fig tree which I see with visible stems, which survived more than a couple years, albeit with protection. What they did not protect is this jujube, which must be quite old. I counted the rings on this small branch here, and I counted about 16, and in the middle I couldn't count anymore. So the tree should be like, I don't know, I was told that 30 years ago it was already a tree, so it should be like 40, 50 years old. They don't know exactly, the people who live here and who were so friendly to let me film their trees. Well, they say the jujube also suffered. Well, firstly, this is the old stem this year, which is already kind of drying up. Well, this here is a sucker which came about 20 years ago. So this stem is about 20 years ago, but this here is much older. It's suckering freely. Here you can see another tiny sucker. Also, this year they say it doesn't look good at all. Basically here it had a very dense crown, but now you can see through it. Actually, even the old one looks better than the new one. Doesn't look good. Well, cannot be the drought. This year we have a lot of drought, but jujubes, just like figs, they can stand a lot of drought. Also, as you can see, the garden is quite wet now, so must be the winter frost. What a pity that this tree is not doing well. Well, they said that they gave a lot of suckers to neighbors who planted them in their garden, so they basically introduced this tree to the area of Travna. That's a very good thing they did. We should thank them a lot for that. It's a new fruit in a very conservative country and a very conservative area where new fruits are very hard to establish. Yeah, I hope this thing survives. How old do you think this is, especially this old stem? I would guess something between 40 and 50 years, but you tell me your opinion. Apart from that, folks, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and fruit-rich town of Travna. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.